Right now, racing through our solar system at over 40,000 miles per hour, an interstellar visitor is doing something that defies our understanding of celestial mechanics. 3I Atlas, only the second confirmed object from beyond our solar neighborhood, appears to be slowing down as it approaches us. Tonight, we investigate three disturbing possibilities: a natural phenomenon we have never encountered, a fundamental flaw in our physics, or evidence of technology beyond human comprehension. Subscribe to join this investigation as we examine data that space agencies worldwide are quietly analyzing. The investigation begins. In August 2019, astronomer Gennady Borisov spotted something extraordinary through his telescope in Crimea. Moving against the stellar background at impossible speeds, this object carried a trajectory that could only mean one thing: it originated from interstellar space. Within weeks, observatories across 6 continents confirmed what Borisov suspected. We were receiving our second known visitor from the vast darkness between stars. 3I Atlas measures roughly half a mile across, tumbling end over end as it travels. Unlike asteroids born in our solar system, this wanderer shows spectroscopic signatures of materials formed under completely different stellar conditions. Its surface reflects light in patterns that suggest exotic ice compositions, possibly containing compounds that exist nowhere else in our immediate cosmic neighborhood. The object's hyperbolic trajectory initially appeared routine for an interstellar interloper. Computer models predicted its path would curve gently around our sun, gaining speed as gravity pulled it inward, then fling it back toward deep space faster than it arrived. This gravitational slingshot effect governs every comet, asteroid, and spacecraft that ventures near our star. But 3I Atlas began defying these predictions almost immediately. Ground-based telescopes tracking its approach noticed discrepancies between calculated and observed positions. At first, astronomers attributed these variations to measurement errors or atmospheric interference. However, as observations accumulated from space-based instruments immune to atmospheric distortion, the pattern became undeniable. Instead of accelerating as expected during its approach to the Sun, 3I Atlas was decelerating. The effect appeared subtle at first, requiring sophisticated analysis to detect, yet with each passing week, the deceleration became more pronounced. Something was acting against the gravitational pull that should be speeding this object toward its closest solar approach. The implications sent ripples through the astronomical community. Natural objects do not simply slow down when approaching massive gravitational sources. The laws governing orbital mechanics, tested and refined over centuries, provide no explanation for this behavior. Every previous interstellar visitor, from the mysterious Oumuamua to smaller detected objects, followed predictable paths governed by gravity and solar radiation pressure. What force could be robbing 3I Atlas of its momentum as it ventures deeper into our solar system? When Dr. Sarah Chen first noticed the velocity discrepancies in 3I Atlas tracking data, she assumed her calculations contained an error. As lead analyst for the European Space Agency's Deep Space Monitoring Network, Chen had processed orbital mechanics for hundreds of celestial objects. Never had she encountered anything like this. Chen ran her analysis 7 times, checking each variable twice. The mathematics remained consistent and deeply troubling. Based on gravitational models that accurately predict every other object in our solar system, 3I Atlas should be traveling 12% faster than current observations indicate. This velocity deficit translates to a missing kinetic energy equivalent to several nuclear weapons. The deceleration follows no known pattern in celestial mechanics. Unlike comets, which can experience non-gravitational forces from outgassing, as solar heating vaporizes surface materials, 3I Atlas shows no signs of active outgassing. Spectroscopic analysis reveals a remarkably stable surface composition with minimal volatile loss even as it approaches the Sunday. Radio telescopes monitoring the object detect no electromagnetic emissions, suggesting active processes that might explain momentum loss. Infrared observations show thermal signatures consistent with passive solar heating, without the dramatic temperature spikes associated with explosive outgassing events. By every measurable parameter, 3I Atlas appears geologically inactive, yet something continues stripping away its forward momentum with mathematical precision. Dr. Chen discovered another disturbing pattern while reviewing historical tracking data. The deceleration appears to be increasing as 3I Atlas draws closer to our solar system's inner regions. This acceleration of deceleration suggests whatever force is affecting the object grows stronger with proximity to either the Sun or Earth. Independent verification came from observatories in Chile, Hawaii, and Australia. Each facility confirmed the same velocity deficit using different measurement techniques. Radio ranging, optical tracking, and gravitational perturbation analysis all produced identical results. The object that should be racing toward its closest solar approach is instead gradually bleeding away speed. Statistical analysis reveals the probability of measurement error across multiple independent facilities to be less than 1 in 10 million. The deceleration appears genuine, sustained, and growing stronger. Most troubling of all, Chen noticed the rate of deceleration shows signs of intelligent control. Rather than following the chaotic patterns typical of natural forces, the velocity reduction follows smooth, almost calculated curves. The precision suggests whatever is affecting 3I Atlas operates with purposes beyond random natural processes. What technology could exert such precise control over a half-mile wide object traveling at interstellar velocities? 3 months after the deceleration pattern became undeniable, something strange happened to public information about 3I Atlas. NASA's regular updates about the object's trajectory suddenly became vague and infrequent. The European Space Agency stopped publishing detailed orbital data. The usually forthcoming JPL Horizons database began classifying 3I Atlas tracking information under restricted access protocols. This coordinated silence among international space agencies triggered concern throughout the amateur astronomy community. Independent observers with access to professional-grade equipment began conducting their own monitoring campaigns. What they discovered intensified the mystery surrounding 3I Atlas and raised questions about why official sources were limiting information flow. Amateur radio astronomy networks detected periodic electromagnetic pulses emanating from the object's general direction. These signals, lasting approximately 37 seconds each, repeat every 4 hours and 18 minutes. The timing shows no correlation with 3I Atlas's tumbling rotation, which occurs every 6 hours and 42 minutes. Professional observatories acknowledge detecting these transmissions, but refuse to discuss their significance or origin. Dr. Marcus Webb, former NASA trajectory analyst turned independent researcher, obtained tracking data through Freedom of Information requests. His analysis confirmed not only the deceleration, but revealed additional anomalies space agencies have not disclosed publicly. Webb discovered 3I Atlas occasionally experiences brief acceleration events lasting several hours, as though something periodically overcomes whatever force is slowing its approach. These acceleration bursts occur with suspicious regularity, approximately every 11 days. Webb's calculations suggest the timing correlates with Earth's position relative to the object's trajectory. When Earth moves into specific geometric alignments with 3I Atlas, the mysterious deceleration temporarily weakens or reverses entirely. International space law requires member nations to share information about potentially hazardous objects approaching Earth. Yet, despite 3I Atlas clearly exhibiting unusual behavior within our solar system, no government agency has released comprehensive analysis of its anomalous properties. This unprecedented information restriction fuels speculation about what official investigations have discovered. Private aerospace companies with deep space monitoring capabilities report their contracts with government agencies now include specific clauses restricting discussion of interstellar objects. These non-disclosure agreements, according to industry sources, carry unusually severe penalties for violations. The systematic suppression of information about 3I Atlas suggests official analyses have revealed something significant enough to warrant international coordination of secrecy. Given the object's anomalous behavior and the resources being devoted to monitoring its approach, the implications may extend far beyond conventional astronomical discovery. What has 3I Atlas revealed that requires such extraordinary measures to keep hidden? Professor Janet Martinez specializes in gravitational anomalies at the California Institute of Technology. For the past 18 months, she has been analyzing 3I Atlas using theoretical frameworks that govern every other object in the known universe. Her conclusion challenges the fundamental assumptions underlying modern astrophysics. According to Martinez's calculations, the deceleration affecting 3I Atlas requires a force approximately equivalent to the gravitational pull of a planet-sized mass positioned directly ahead of the object's trajectory. No such mass exists anywhere along 3I Atlas's path through our solar system. The required force exceeds solar wind pressure by factors of thousands and operates in the wrong direction to be explained by radiation effects. Martinez explored exotic possibilities within accepted physics. Could 3I Atlas be interacting with dark matter concentrations invisible to conventional detection methods? Dark matter comprises roughly 27% of the universe's mass energy, yet its gravitational effects typically manifest over galactic scales. Concentrating enough dark matter to affect a single object would require mechanisms that violate everything we understand about dark matter distribution. Magnetic field interactions offer another potential explanation. If 3I Atlas possessed unusual magnetic properties, it might interact with the sun's magnetic field in ways that create drag forces. However, spectroscopic analysis shows no evidence of magnetic materials in sufficient quantities to produce the observed effects. Additionally, magnetic interactions should create detectable electromagnetic emissions, which sensitive radio telescopes have not observed. The most exotic conventional explanation involves relativistic effects near massive gravitational sources. As objects approach large masses at high velocities, Einstein's general relativity predicts subtle modifications to classical orbital mechanics. Yet, 3I Atlas remains too far from the Sun for relativistic effects to account for the magnitude of deceleration being observed. Martinez's analysis eliminated every known natural phenomenon capable of explaining 3I Atlas's behavior. Solar wind, radiation pressure, magnetic interactions, gravitational perturbations, outgassing, and relativistic effects all fall short by orders of magnitude. The deceleration requires forces that simply do not exist within our current understanding of physics. This leaves two possibilities that challenge conventional science. Either 3I Atlas operates under physical laws unknown to human science, or something is deliberately controlling its trajectory through methods that transcend natural processes. Recent observations have detected subtle variations in the deceleration rate that correlate with 3I Atlas's orientation relative to Earth. When the object's longest axis points toward our planet, deceleration increases measurably. When it tumbles to present its smallest cross-section toward Earth, the slowing effect diminishes proportionally. This geometric correlation suggests whatever is affecting 3I Atlas responds to the object's positioning relative to our world with a precision that natural forces rarely exhibit. Could 3I Atlas be actively orienting itself to optimize some form of interaction with Earth? Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a specialist in pattern recognition at Tokyo University, approached the 3I Atlas data with algorithms designed to detect artificial intelligence signatures in complex systems. Her results suggest the object's deceleration follows decision-making patterns inconsistent with random natural processes. Tanaka's analysis focused on microvariations in the deceleration rate over time. Natural forces typically produce chaotic fluctuations governed by statistical distributions. Artificial systems, however, create patterns that reflect underlying information, processing, and decision-making logic. The deceleration affecting 3I Atlas shows characteristics strongly associated with intelligent control systems. The object's velocity changes occur in discrete steps rather than smooth, continuous curves. Each adjustment lasts precisely 43 minutes and 17 seconds, regardless of magnitude. This temporal consistency suggests a systematic process operating on fixed cycles, possibly indicating scheduled recalibrations of whatever mechanism is controlling 3I Atlas's trajectory. More intriguingly, Tanaka discovered the deceleration adjustments appear to anticipate future orbital conditions, rather than simply responding to current circumstances. The timing of velocity changes correlates with gravitational perturbations that will affect 3I Atlas hours or days later. This predictive behavior requires computational capabilities and future state modeling that exceeds anything possible through natural processes. Independent analysis by the Pattern Recognition Institute in Moscow confirmed Tanaka's findings using different mathematical approaches. Both teams identified decision tree structures embedded within the deceleration data, suggesting multiple variables are being evaluated and weighted to determine optimal trajectory adjustments. The sophistication of these control patterns implies technology capable of real-time gravitational analysis, predictive orbital modeling, and precise thrust vector control. Such capabilities would require computational resources and energy systems far beyond current human technology, especially for a half-mile wide object traveling through the harsh environment of interstellar space. Tanaka's most disturbing discovery involves communication patterns embedded within the velocity adjustments. The magnitude and timing of deceleration events, when analyzed as data streams, show information-theoretic properties consistent with compressed digital communications. The data appears to contain error correction algorithms and redundancy patterns suggesting transmission of complex information between 3I Atlas and an unknown recipient. Radio telescope networks, monitoring for artificial signals from the object's direction, have detected corresponding electromagnetic emissions during velocity adjustment periods. These transmissions use frequency modulation techniques unknown in natural astrophysical phenomena, but consistent with advanced digital communication protocols. The evidence points toward 3I Atlas functioning as more than a passive interstellar rock. Its behavior suggests active technological systems capable of propulsion control, navigation, computation, and potentially communication with remote intelligences. Who or what is receiving signals from an object that originated beyond our solar system? Astronomer Dr. Rebecca Foster noticed something that made her question whether 3I Atlas's arrival in our solar system could be purely coincidental. The object's trajectory, accounting for its deceleration pattern, will bring it closest to Earth during a window of unprecedented human space activity and technological capability. Foster calculated 3I Atlas's approach timeline using both conventional orbital mechanics and the observed deceleration data. Without the mysterious slowing effect, the object would have completed its solar flyby 18 months ago, passing Earth at a distance of several 100 million miles, while humanity remained largely unaware of its presence. Instead, the deceleration appears precisely calibrated to extend 3I Atlas's journey through our solar system during the exact period when human civilization possesses the technological sophistication to detect, track, and analyze an interstellar visitor. This timing suggests either extraordinary coincidence or deliberate planning. The window of opportunity for meaningful observation of 3I Atlas spans only a few decades in human history. 1 century ago, our astronomical capabilities could not have detected the object until it was already departing. 1 century from now, advanced space-based monitoring systems will routinely track interstellar objects years before they enter our solar system. 3I Atlas arrives during the narrow historical period when its behavior can surprise and mystify human science. Foster's analysis revealed additional timing correlations that strain credibility for random chance. The object's closest approach to Earth coincides with the operational lifetime of several critical deep space monitoring facilities. The Arecibo Observatory, despite its recent collapse, provided crucial early tracking data. The James Webb Space Telescope offers unprecedented infrared analysis capabilities. Multiple next-generation radio telescope arrays are achieving peak sensitivity during 3I Atlas's approach phase. Statistical analysis suggests the probability of such perfect timing occurring by chance approximates 1 in several billion. These odds improve dramatically if the trajectory were deliberately planned to optimize observation opportunities during humanity's current technological era. Independent verification from stellar mechanics specialists at Cambridge University confirmed Foster's timeline analysis. Their calculations show 3I Atlas's current path represents the optimal trajectory for extended observation by Earth-based instruments while minimizing the risk of gravitational capture or collision. The object's approach vector also maximizes opportunities for detailed spectroscopic analysis while maintaining safe distances from major planetary gravitational fields. This path requires precise navigation through complex gravitational interactions with Jupiter, Saturn, and the Sun, a level of trajectory planning that suggests advanced computational modeling of our solar system's dynamics. Most remarkably, 3I Atlas's deceleration pattern appears designed to extend its observation window just long enough for human science to gather comprehensive data about its properties and behavior. The timing suggests whoever or whatever controls this object possesses detailed knowledge of human technological capabilities and scientific methodology. Could 3I Atlas be deliberately presenting itself for human study during this unique moment in our technological development? Dr. Hassan Al-Rashid operates the most sensitive gravitational wave detector in the Middle East, a facility designed to detect ripples in space-time caused by cosmic catastrophes billions of light years away. For the past 6 months, his instruments have been detecting something unprecedented: gravitational anomalies emanating from 3I Atlas that should be impossible for an object of its size and composition. Gravitational waves typically result from the most violent events in the universe: colliding black holes, exploding stars, or neutron star mergers. Objects the size of 3I Atlas, even when traveling at interstellar velocities, should produce gravitational effects too subtle for current detection technology. Yet, Al-Rashid's instruments consistently register space-time disturbances correlating with the object's deceleration events. The detected gravitational signatures suggest 3I Atlas is manipulating space-time itself to achieve its velocity changes. This implies technology capable of warping the fundamental structure of reality, capabilities that would require energy levels equivalent to stellar output, concentrated into precise geometric patterns around a relatively small object. Independent confirmation came from gravitational wave observatories in Italy, Japan, and Louisiana. Each facility detected identical signatures during 3I Atlas's trajectory adjustments, ruling out instrumental error or local interference. The gravitational waves show frequency patterns never observed from natural sources, suggesting artificial generation through unknown technological means. Analysis of the wave patterns reveals mathematical relationships, indicating dimensional manipulation beyond three-dimensional space. The gravitational disturbances appear to involve interactions with spatial dimensions that remain invisible to conventional observation methods. This suggests 3I Atlas may be accessing higher dimensional physics to achieve propulsion effects impossible within our normal space-time framework. Dr. Al-Rashid's team discovered the gravitational waves carry embedded information structures similar to those Tanaka identified in the deceleration patterns. The space-time disturbances themselves appear to function as communication media, transmitting data through gravitational wave modulation techniques that exceed human technological understanding by potentially centuries. Radio telescopes monitoring the object during gravitational wave emissions detect corresponding electromagnetic signals in frequency ranges typically associated with quantum field fluctuations. These emissions suggest 3I Atlas operates through quantum mechanical processes scaled up to macroscopic levels, a technological achievement that would revolutionize physics if understood. Most disturbing of all, the gravitational wave signatures show signs of entanglement with similar patterns detected from other locations in our galaxy. Al-Rashid's instruments have recorded gravitational echoes, suggesting 3I Atlas maintains active communication with sources located hundreds or thousands of light years away, apparently through instantaneous quantum entanglement protocols. This implies 3I Atlas functions as part of a larger network of intelligences capable of faster-than-light communication and coordinated activities across galactic distances. The object approaching our solar system may represent only one component of a vast technological civilization operating on scales that dwarf human comprehension. What messages is 3I Atlas exchanging with intelligences scattered across the galaxy? 3 weeks ago, Dr. Elena Vasquez received a classified briefing that changed her understanding of 3I Atlas and humanity's response to its approach. As director of the International Astronomical Union's Near-Earth Object Detection Program, Vasquez coordinates global efforts to track potentially hazardous objects. The 3I Atlas briefing revealed preparations extending far beyond routine astronomical monitoring. Multiple space agencies have quietly activated contingency protocols originally designed for scenarios involving confirmed extraterrestrial contact. These protocols, developed in secret over decades, coordinate international responses to situations that transcend normal scientific discovery. The activation of such measures for 3I Atlas suggests official analysis has concluded the object represents something beyond conventional natural phenomena. Vasquez learned that military space surveillance networks have been redirected to provide continuous monitoring of 3I Atlas using classified sensor arrays normally reserved for tracking hostile spacecraft or ballistic missiles. This represents an unprecedented allocation of strategic defense resources for astronomical observation, indicating government assessment that the object poses potential national security implications. Deep space communication facilities, operated by intelligence agencies, have been conducting systematic attempts to establish contact with 3I Atlas using protocols developed for interstellar communication scenarios. These efforts employ everything from mathematical sequences to complex linguistic structures designed to convey human intelligence and peaceful intentions to non-human recipients. So far, these communication attempts have produced intriguing results. Radio transmissions directed toward 3I Atlas frequently trigger measurable changes in the object's electromagnetic emissions and occasionally correlate with minor trajectory adjustments. While these responses could represent natural phenomena, their timing and characteristics suggest possible acknowledgement of human attempts at contact. International law enforcement agencies have implemented monitoring protocols for unusual technological developments that might result from human analysis of 3I Atlas's properties. Concerns exist that detailed study of the object's apparent propulsion and communication technologies could lead to breakthrough discoveries that destabilize existing geopolitical balances. Vasquez discovered that contingency plans exist for various scenarios involving 3I Atlas's future behavior. These range from peaceful scientific exchange to defensive preparations should the object demonstrate hostile capabilities. The existence of such detailed response protocols indicates months of high-level planning based on intelligence about 3I Atlas that remains classified. Most significantly, international agreements have been established for sharing any technological insights derived from studying 3I Atlas, along with strict controls on the dissemination of information that might enable hostile actors to exploit alien technologies. These measures suggest serious consideration that humanity may soon acquire technological capabilities of extraterrestrial origin. The scope and sophistication of preparations surrounding 3I Atlas indicate that official analysis has reached conclusions about the object's nature that transcend conventional astronomical discovery. The response suggests humanity is preparing for contact with intelligence that operates on technological levels far beyond our current capabilities. What scenarios are governments preparing for as 3I Atlas continues its approach toward Earth? Trajectory analysis by Dr. Kim Petrov at the Russian Academy of Sciences reveals that 3I Atlas's current path, adjusted for its ongoing deceleration, will bring the object to its closest approach to Earth in precisely 47 days. At that point, the mysterious visitor will pass within 23 million miles of our planet, close enough for unprecedented detailed observation and potential direct interaction. Petrov's calculations show the approach distance represents optimal positioning for several significant possibilities. Radio communication delays will drop to less than 2 minutes, enabling near real-time exchanges if 3I Atlas proves capable of receiving and responding to human signals. Optical telescopes will achieve resolution sufficient to detect surface features and structural details invisible at greater distances. More intriguingly, the approach distance falls within range of human spacecraft capabilities. Several space agencies possess the technology to launch interception missions that could reach 3I Atlas during its closest approach window. Such missions would enable direct physical contact with confirmed extraterrestrial technology for the first time in human history. Petrov discovered that 3I Atlas's trajectory shows subtle signs of optimization for scientific observation from Earth. The object's path maximizes illumination by sunlight, while minimizing interference from other celestial bodies during the closest approach period. This geometric arrangement suggests possible consideration for enabling detailed human study of its properties and capabilities. Electromagnetic monitoring reveals that 3I Atlas's signal emissions are intensifying as it approaches Earth. The periodic transmissions detected by radio telescopes have increased in both frequency and complexity over recent weeks. Pattern analysis suggests the communications may be directed specifically toward Earth, rather than representing random broadcasts or navigation signals. Dr. Petrov's team identified signs that 3I Atlas may be preparing for some form of enhanced activity during closest approach. Energy signatures detected by infrared telescopes show gradual increases consistent with systems activation or preparation sequences. The pattern resembles startup procedures for complex technological systems coming online after extended dormancy periods. Most significantly, gravitational wave detectors are registering increasing activity from 3I Atlas's direction. The space-time disturbances suggest whatever propulsion technology the object employs is operating at higher power levels as it approaches Earth. This could indicate preparation for major trajectory changes, departure from our solar system, or activation of capabilities not yet demonstrated. International space agencies have coordinated observation campaigns to maximize data collection during the closest approach window. Every major telescope, radio dish, and space-based instrument will focus on 3I Atlas during its nearest passage to Earth. The coordinated effort represents the most comprehensive study of any single object in astronomical history. Yet despite unprecedented preparation and monitoring capabilities, fundamental questions about the 3I Atlas remain unanswered. Its origin, purpose, and the intelligence behind its behavior continue to challenge human understanding of our place in the universe. In 47 days, humanity will face the closest encounter with confirmed extraterrestrial technology in our recorded history. As 3I Atlas continues its precisely controlled approach toward Earth, humanity stands at the threshold of contact with intelligence that operates on technological levels we can barely comprehend. The evidence accumulated over months of observation points toward a conclusion that transcends conventional scientific discovery. We are not alone, and we are being deliberately observed. The object's sophisticated deceleration control, predictive navigation capabilities, and apparent communication systems indicate technology centuries or millennia beyond human achievement. Yet, rather than demonstrating overwhelming superiority, 3I Atlas appears designed to reveal its artificial nature gradually, allowing human science time to recognize and analyze evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence. This measured approach suggests whoever controls 3I Atlas possesses detailed understanding of human psychology, scientific methodology, and technological capabilities. The object's behavior implies preparation for contact that considers humanity's readiness to accept and integrate knowledge of non-human intelligence. Dr. Sarah Chen, whose initial detection of the velocity anomalies began this investigation, believes 3I Atlas represents a test of human scientific maturity. The evidence is being presented in a way that allows our civilization to reach conclusions gradually through our own analytical methods. This isn't invasion or intimidation, it's education. Statistical analysis supports the conclusion that 3I Atlas's arrival timing, trajectory optimization, and behavioral patterns result from deliberate planning rather than natural coincidence. The probability calculations suggest intelligence capable of monitoring human technological development across decades or centuries, waiting for the optimal moment to reveal itself. The international response protocols activated for 3I Atlas indicate governments worldwide have reached similar conclusions about the object's artificial nature. Preparations for contact scenarios reflect serious consideration that humanity may soon engage in communication with technological civilizations that span galactic distances. Yet significant questions remain unanswered. What motivates intelligence capable of interstellar travel to approach our relatively primitive civilization? Are the gravitational wave communications detected by Dr. Al-Rashid part of larger conversations involving multiple technological species? Does 3I Atlas represent first contact or reconnaissance preceding more substantial interaction? In the coming weeks, as 3I Atlas reaches its closest approach to Earth, humanity will likely receive answers to questions that have defined our search for meaning in the universe. The evidence suggests we are being prepared for contact with intelligence that operates on scales and through technologies that will fundamentally transform our understanding of reality. The investigation that began with mysterious velocity readings has revealed evidence of minds that traverse the galaxy, manipulate space-time itself, and apparently consider humanity worthy of careful, gradual contact. 3I Atlas approaches not as conqueror, but as teacher, offering our species the opportunity to join a community of intelligence that spans the stars. Our response to this opportunity will define humanity's future among the stars.